doe tonight because we already have our buck tag filled. If you haven't seen that video, I'll be sure to leave a link in the upper right hand corner for you to check that out. But we're sitting over this little hunting plot. I've not sat here at all this year. Big cold front just came through. As you can see, it's snowing up here, which is pretty crazy. So I'm thinking these does are going to be hitting this food source in the evening, and hopefully give me a nice little 20-yard shot right over there. There's definitely a chance they might not come out because, for one, it is still kind of windy. Not as windy as it was yesterday from what I saw in the weather forecast, but still a little bit windy. But also, these bucks are clearly looking for them, and they're probably extra skittish and trying to prevent it from getting pushed around so much. So I don't know if they'll come out here tonight, but I think it's a good try, regardless. So as usual with the strategy, since it's the evening, we're sitting over a food source, a small food source. We're not sitting over a big food plot or anything, because that's a good way to spook it out. More than likely those deer would still be there when we're trying to leave. With this one, they're usually not here right after last light. They're usually gone. They usually move on to one of the bigger food sources I have on the property here. So I think this is going to be a good sit. 2 bucks so far. Let's hope a doe shows up. See that doe was on the edge of the food plot up there, but that is 42 yards, and I don't feel like taking that shot. Definitely doable, but I don't like shooting white. I think I've said this before. I don't like shooting whitetail over 35, really. And she was super high alert too. You can tell because bucks are pushing them. Let's see what else we see. It's a button buck. Still feeding down the food plot, probably about 45 yards. Gonna try to make this exit interview quick. As soon as he leaves, I'm gonna try to slip out of here. But this was a fun set. Ended up hearing 2 bucks fighting probably about 70 yards further towards the bedding area. That's closer to here, so lots of buck activity, lots of deer movement, just no shot opportunity to doe, that's all. And I actually feel like this is going to be a difficult one, believe it or not. So we'll see when I end up getting back at it. Not sure when I'm off this all week, but I have some other hunting I want to do, so yeah, I'll see you then. Alright, good afternoon. It's the next day, November 10th, or 11th, my bad. We are back up on the property, and as you can see, it snowed a little bit more last night and into today. I'm surprised how much snow they got up here. But I've always said that I-80, Interstate 80 that cuts across the northern part of the country, I've always said I-80 is the Arctic Circle of Pennsylvania. So we're set up in this stand. I've not hunted at all this year. Hunted it, I think, twice last year. But there was quite a few does that came through here yesterday around like 4:30, 4:45, so it's a nice evening stand before they end up hitting one of my big food plots, about 120 yards out there. They'll cruise through here. This is also a decent midday rut cruising stand. I've had a lot of activity here during some during the pre-rut, mostly during the end of the lockdown and the peak rut. Bucks will come through here cruising. I have a mock scream right down there as well. So it's pretty cold. Again, the wind is whipping every now and then. So yeah, I don't know what we'll see, but it's gonna be fun hunting in the snow. November 12th. A little bit different conditions than yesterday, I'll tell you. As you can see, not much more. All the snow's pretty much gone. It's rainy. It's a little windy. Windy. Let's say probably 10, 12 mile an hour winds. This food plot was absolutely nuts yesterday. The whole property was nuts. It's crazy. The stand that we were in yesterday I'm pretty sure it's the only stand on the property that didn't have daylight deer movement for whatever reason. So, yeah, hoping a doe steps out here tonight and gives us a shot. We'll see how much filming we get to do, because it is definitely a little rainy, and that's no bueno for the camera. So we'll see. Let's hope. next year as a 4-year-old, probably pretty similar to Waldo. You know, he's just got the ninth point on the other side of his beam. So, yeah, pretty cool. Had him hit. God, what was it? 16 yards. I'm out of Camper Lake. That was kind of cool though, seeing that. I'm pretty sure it was a 2-year-old. Really small 2-year-old though, antler-wise. Came out, checked that buck out, and they both headed off. So, not too much crazy action this evening. Still got to see bucks though, and got to see Ovi up close and personal, which was very cool. I think the wind, how windy it is, I think that played a role. It has just been, I swear this is the windiest like October and November we've ever had in Pennsylvania. I don't ever remember it being this windy. Like every day it's at least like 15 mile an hour winds with like up to 40 mile an hour gusts. Like it's unbelievable. But the days when it's not like that, or if you can get out of the wind, it is just money. So, but I think that's going to do it for this hunt. Not sure I'm going to try to make it out Saturday, but the weather looks like absolute garbage, so we'll see what ends up happening. But if I do, I'll bring it to you guys. Thanks for watching. I would appreciate it if you hit that like button and that subscribe button, especially if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next one.